Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of nothing new. I have not done one of these in a little while, and I love to do a video using products that are not new, things that I've had in my collection for a while. Maybe I haven't used them lately and bringing them back out again. So that's what we're going to do today, and this is going to be a Valentine's Day inspired makeup looks since Valentine's Day is this week. So I went through and pulled some products that inspired me, and we're going to use them and do a full face together. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's get into the makeup. We're gonna start with some primer, and yes, I'm wearing the Amazon headband. I am sorry if that bothers you. I know some people apparently don't like this headband, but I'm sorry, I like it. And it helps keep hair out of my face. Anyway, for primer, I'm gonna use this one by Makeup Forever. It's the Redness Corrector primer. I got this a while ago, but I haven't used it in a little while. And I actually really like this green primer. It's probably my favorite that I've tried. And I'm gonna blend that in with the BK Beauty 106 brush. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Corrector stick today in the shade Bisque. So I've had an interesting few days. I shared last week I was supposed to have jury duty. I thankfully, when I called the night before, didn't end up having to go, which was amazing. But so that was the night before I found out that I didn't have to go, which was great. The same night after I found that out, I was about to go to bed, and I came into my office to check something on my laptop. And while I was doing that, I tried to open up my editing software that I use for my videos, and it wouldn't work. Like, it would not open. I tried all different kinds of things. I tried shutting it down. I tried updating the computer because there was a new software update. I tried everything. Nothing worked. So of course I then again started to have a little bit of a panic attack, because without the editing software, I cannot do my job. I cannot edit videos. I can't put them up. I can't do anything. So I thought I could fix it on my own. Woke up the next morning. It still wasn't working. So I had to take it into the Apple store. Thankfully, they were able to get it working again. However, in order to do that, they basically had to wipe my whole laptop. So essentially starting fresh, like I had just gotten a new laptop, and so I lost everything that was on it. I lost everything I used to edit my videos, things that I use as pop-ups in the videos, music, software I use to connect my camera to my laptop so I can see myself when I'm filming. I lost all those things. So anyway, it's all good now. We're back and working. But yeah, it was a bit of a stressful few days. This is what we're going to use today, the Dior Backstage foundation in shade 1.5 neutral. This has always been like a go-to for me, but I haven't used it in quite a while. So yeah, had an interesting week last week, but thankfully we were able to get it working again. But yeah, it was interesting. And last week was a great week because I hit 10,000 subscribers also, which is amazing. And when this video goes up, check the description box because I'm planning to list the winner of the giveaway in the description box. So make sure to go check that out, and I'll also post it on my community page as well, so I can get your Instagram or a way to contact you so I can get your address. And the other thing I wanted to update you on is I finally got my new makeup storage that I've talked about a few times. I've had it for a little while, but it had to be put together, and it was from IKEA apparently. I've always said IKEA, but apparently it's IKEA. So I got it from IKEA, and we put it together this weekend, me and my mom, and it was a little bit of a challenge, but we were able to do it. And my office, we also like kind of rearranged, and it is the best it's been in all that. We've moved my office around quite a few times. I've had different setups since we've been in this house, and this is by far my favorite. I cannot wait for you to see the new makeup storage. I'm so excited about it. I haven't put everything in it yet and organized it because I want to film that for you guys so you can see, because I love to watch videos like that. So that will be coming, but I'm just really excited about it. For concealer, I want to use the Shiseido Synchro Skin. I've had this concealer for quite a while actually, and I would say like the last month I really started using it consistently, like over and over, and I'm telling you, I really like this. I can't believe I haven't been using this more until now. I wear the shade 201 Light. I also got a new acrylic organizer thing to sit right here on my filming desk to use for my everyday makeup drawer videos. Or for my everyday makeup drawer makeup, I should say. So my last one I showed you, I got this new piece behind me, also from IKEA, and it has a really big drawer in it, and I was planning to use it here as a filming desk until I realized it has to be attached to a wall, and I film like in the middle of this room, so that really wasn't going to work. So I ended up having to put that desk back there behind me, and I was initially thinking I was going to just use that drawer behind me and just use that as my everyday drawer, even though it's not right here. But I think I'm going to try the acrylic system. I'm sure you've seen people that have these kind of taller, clear acrylic things that they put products in. I'm going to try using that and see what I think about it. So yeah, lots of things have been moved around in here, but this is the first time I'm filming since we moved everything around, and it is just, the vibes are just good. That is something I did not realize about myself, and I'm assuming I'm probably not the only one that's like this, but for some reason, moving furniture around, and it doesn't have to be a new piece that you get, just something that you have in your house, your apartment, wherever, and moving it around, something about that is just really relaxing. I don't know what it is, but ever since my mom helped me move everything around in here, I just come in here and it makes me happy. I mean, this room always makes me happy, but something about the way it is now really makes me happy. So I cannot wait to share it with you. So that should be coming in, if not this week, probably next week. But I'm just really happy with it. And I have the best mom in the whole entire world. She comes up here and helps me when I feel like moving my office all around or buying a new piece of furniture and helping me put it together. And she's just the best. Okay, for a bronzer, I actually pulled out two things because I couldn't make up my mind. So I pulled out the Rare Beauty cream bronzer in Happy Soul, but then I also pulled out the Patrick Ta cream contour and powder duo in She's Sculpted. And I kind of had this one on my mind because today I saw earlier this morning that he released 2 new shades of this. So he had 3 before, a light, a medium, and a dark, and now there's one that's supposed to be more of a bronze shade, like a true warm bronzer, and then one that's really rich and deep, so pretty for more deep skin tones. Anyway, I saw him using them this morning and it got me thinking about this one. So I kind of want to go into the Patrick Ta one. I'm going to use, which one? I always forget this. She's Sculpted. So this is the medium shade one. And I'm going to go into the Creme with the BK Beauty 109. And I'm just going to add this. This is a little bit more of a cooler tone. And it's a little bit deeper for my skin tone. So I try to kind of apply it a little bit sparingly. But anyway, I really want to get the new bronze color. I think it's called... She's Bronzed. That would make sense. I think that's the name of this shade, or one of the new shades that's new. And I really want to order it, but at the same time, I'm like, you know how many bronzers I've bought lately? I feel like I have gotten so many bronzers recently. Good ones, like ones that I really like. So I have not ordered it yet, but I have it in my cart on Sephora. All right, for blush, I pulled out Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. This is the first one of these blushes that I fell in love with. It is the perfect pink nude, but it has a little bit of a mauve-y undertone to it. It is so pretty. So I'm putting some on the back of my hand and actually might mix in a little bit of a highlighter. Let me go grab it. Okay, I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of the Say Glowy Super Gel in, which is the Star Glow, I think. Yeah, Star Glow. And I'm just gonna mix it on the back of my hand. This is a really great trick to try with the Rare Beauty or any liquid blush, but especially this one. So I'm getting some on that same 109 brush. And I'm just gonna tap this on. This also kind of tones down the pigment on those Rare Beauty blushes if they scare you. And it gives you some glow at the same time. Look at that. Also, if you don't have this brush from BK Beauty, I think it's out of stock right now, but you definitely need it if you apply cream cheek products. It is the perfect size, everything. I absolutely love it. It's one of my newest, most used brushes for sure. We need some powder, so I'm going to use the Kosas Cloud Set powder, one of my all-time favorites, probably my favorite pressed powder of all time. I use shade Breezy, and I'm just using this big A21 brush from Morphe Ariel, and I'm gonna kind of set all over, but I'm using a really large brush so we get just kind of a light layer of powder. Okay, I think I want to try one of these Amazon puffs that I got in my Amazon haul, if you saw that. I want to try these, so I think these are the ones pretty much everybody is buying right now. They're pretty pointy on the end, and I want to use it under my eyes, but I'm going to quickly just go over them with a sponge real quickly. Although I will say that Shiseido concealer I've worn quite a few times without setting it with any powder, and it wore fine on me, but I want to try this out. Okay, so I'm going to use the Kosas powder again. Okay, yeah, that worked really, really well. Okay, yeah, that really smoothed out my under eyes. I like that a lot. Let's do the other side. That that worked really, really well. I have mentioned before, I have those little e.l.f. powder puffs, the really cute pink ones, and I like those. The only issue with them is the pointy part is not quite small enough to get under your eyes. So that's why I wanted to try the Amazon ones. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of the powder bronzer in that Patrick Ta duo, like not much at all because really don't need much, but I'm just gonna kind of go around and add just a little bit to the perimeter of my face. And I'm using a Refer 05 brush for this. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Maybelline blush in the shade 20 and just top my cheeks off with this. Still one of my favorite blushes. If you haven't tried it, these from Maybelline are so good. I'm gonna fill in my brows now. I actually didn't put in brow gel like I normally do because I'm just gonna do a normal brow gel on my brows. So I'm gonna use the one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Brow Fix Brow Gel. And I'm gonna go through and just kind of comb them in place. I went ahead and did my brows and applied some eye primer. And now we're gonna do the eyeshadow. And when I decided to film this video, I knew exactly what palette I wanted to use. And of course it had to be the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. So this one is obviously more pink and rosy. And to me, when I think of Valentine's Day, this is the palette that I think of. And we all know how I feel about Patrick Ta products. So I'm super excited to use this palette. I'm gonna go into the lightest matte, kind of a light cream, peachy shade. And I'm gonna apply this all over. So I'm using a 212 from BK Beauty and just starting to apply this all over my eye. It's not a ton of color, but I always like to start this palette with this color because it just kind of lays a good base down. So you can see it gives a little bit of like a peachy tint, just not a whole lot. So I'm switching to a MAC 217 brush, and I'm gonna take this next pinky shade here. So it's kind of a rose that has a little bit of a brown undertone in it. Kind of a rosy brown, I guess, but not super dark. And I'm gonna get some of that color on the brush, and I'm really gonna shock you here. Maybe, probably not, but I'm gonna apply this on my lid and just kind of lightly feather it up. That this brush, the 217, is like the perfect brush for this type of step. I normally save my lid for like a really light shade, or I don't know, I typically keep my lid pretty light. I just find a lot of the times if you have smaller eyes or you have more hooded eyes, I like that a lighter shade makes your eyes look a bit bigger. But I'm gonna do something just a little different today, so I'm applying it all over. Then I'm gonna go back to the first brush and the first shade that we used, and I'm gonna go back over the crease area basically with this and just kind of diffuse the edges. Then I'm gonna go into one of my favorite shades in this palette, which is this pinky, kind of a rose gold topper type shade. I'm gonna get some on a brush first, and then I'm gonna spray the brush. And I'm adding this to the center of the lid. And I could also use my finger if I wanted even more impact with this shade. So you can see it adds way more of that wet look if you use your finger. Switching to a smaller brush, this is an A504 from BK Beauty. I'm gonna go into the next darkest shade. This one is more purpley, kind of a rose mauve purple. And I'm using a smaller brush because I wanna apply this just in this outer corner. That shade is so pretty. Now I'm actually going to go into one of the cream shadows in this palette. I'm going to use this really dark, kind of looks brown, but it's kind of a purpley brown. And I'm going to use the 208 from BK Beauty, one of my favorite brushes of all time. And I'm going to use this to do a wing. I'm gonna go into these two shades, so the dark kind of purpley brown matte, and then this more shimmery color. I'm gonna get a little bit of both, and I'm using a 210 from BK Beauty, and I'm gonna kind of go over where we just put that liner and kind of just smudge it out a little, and this will also kind of help it stay in place. So I'm not being precise or anything, I'm just kind of lightly. I really like to do this anytime you want to have like a wing shape, but you want it to look, I don't know, just a little bit more diffused, I guess. You can go over it with a powder like this. I'm gonna go back into that. Well, actually, I think I'll just stick with the brush we were just using, the 210. And I'm gonna go into that third shade we used kind of in the outer corner. And I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line, but I'm mainly focusing it kind of on the outer half. Okay, one final thing I wanna do, I'm gonna use the same brush, but I just wiped it off. And I'm gonna go into this really light gold shimmery shade with this brush, and I'm gonna apply a little bit of this in my inner corner. Okay, I think that's it for shadows. I'm gonna curl my lashes with my Tweezer Man curler. And before I apply mascara, I'm gonna go into the powder bronzer from that Patrick Ta duo. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of this to my eyes just to kind of mesh everything together. Ever feel like you want your eyes to kind of mesh a little bit more with your face? Take whatever you put on your cheeks. I usually use my bronzer, but you could use your blush also. And add just a little bit of that color on your eyes, and it just kind of ties everything together. All right, I'm gonna use Clinique High Impact Mascara in black brown for something a little different. For lip liner, I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk number 2, so Pillow Talk Medium. And then I'm gonna put L'Oreal Glow Paradise Balm in Nude Heaven. Those two pair really well together. I've never paired these two together, but I love this. And then I think I might do a little bit of City Beauty City Lips in Pink Nude. Not a lot, just like a little bit. Right in the center. All right, you guys, this is the final look. Hope you enjoyed the video. I decided I was kind of in the mood to pull my hair back and pull these pieces out, so I decided to do that. I feel like this is a very romantic Valentine's Day-esque kind of hairstyle, and the makeup is as well. A little bit pinkier, obviously just for fun. You don't have to do pink just because it's Valentine's Day. I just wanted to, since we used the Patrick Ta palette, and I love how it turned out. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check the description box for the giveaway winner, my 10K giveaway. I'm excited to do more giveaways in the future. I will have everything listed and linked below for you as always. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you next time for another video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.